everybody. So the last video is getting a little bit long and I decided to split it up, and this video has my hair routine and my results. So enjoy. Bye.
So once you have your shampoo in your hair, you want to massage it into your scalp. And if you don't have one of these little brushes, you should do it for 3 to 5 minutes to make sure the soap really gets into your hair. I'm going to talk about this brush in next month's video. And then you should wash your hair upside down so that the shampoo gets all over your ends and everything. And then once you have your conditioner in your hair, you want your hair to feel like seaweed, like slippery and slimy, so you have to use a lot of conditioner. And it actually is okay to brush it out if you're gentle with it, starting towards the ends. And then you're going to squish to condition. Just take a handful and squish your hair up to get the conditioner, and that's also how you should wash out the conditioner. And you can then, I've been doing this actually more so when I'm using gel, but then you can spiral your hair up with the conditioner and kind of already preset the waves, but I haven't been doing this lately. I've just been doing it with once the gel is in my hair. So then you take your detangler, and you want your hair to be sopping wet. The second you turn off the shower, you start doing this. And you just take enough to use throughout your hair, and again, you squish it into your hair, but being careful not to get out a ton of the water. And then you can also do praying hands, taking your hands and folding it flat between your hands. And then the mousse, I have to use so much mousse. I probably have to use 5 handfuls of this, so I went through the mousse very quickly, so it's lucky that it's pretty inexpensive. And then again, do praying hand motion and take your 2 hands and like flatten the hair between it. Don't rake your fingers through, that can break the curl pattern. Honestly, I could use this till my hair is like dripping mousse and it still hasn't been enough, so I'm going to try gel, I think, next time. And really, your hair should be so wet that you can hear a squish sound when you are putting products in your hair, when you're squishing products into your hair. Then you take your towel and you lightly scrunch out a little bit of the water. You should use a microfiber towel or a cotton t-shirt. And then you do what's called plopping your hair. You just basically grab all of your hair in your hand and plop it into the middle of the towel. And you very loosely wrap your hair in it, just as normal, but if it feels tight, then that's not good. You need to be very loose. And you can also do this with a cotton t-shirt, and it's very similar. You just plop your hair into the middle of it. And I totally forgot to do this with my hair wet, so my hair is dry, but whatever. And you then take you put the back of your hair towards the neck of the t-shirt, pull it back, cross the sleeves in front, pull them back again behind your hair to secure it. And I kind of did this really awful, but you can make it look neater than that. So you just take the sleeves and you tie them in the back to secure the excess t-shirt fabric, so it's not like hanging in your face. That's all, folks. One more thing, whether you do the towel method or the t-shirt, leave your hair like that for 20 minutes and then take it out and don't touch it. Don't brush it while it's wet out of the shower. In the shower, I use a detangling brush, so it wasn't harsh on my wet hair, but your hair is very weak when it's wet. And while you wait for it to dry, let it be. Let it do what it wants. You can't control it. You're just gonna mess it up if you try.
My hair looked like on day 2 before I refreshed it, but I didn't realize my camera decided not to record. So this is after I've refreshed it with Not Your Mother's Sea Salt Spray. It really did help. My hair was flattened a little bit while I was sleeping. I slept with it in the Curly Girl Method approved pineapple ponytail bun. And I also had to brush it. It got a little tangled somehow, so that kind of deflated some of the waves. But I might try a different method of refreshing my hair next time.
So I really had mixed results throughout the month. I was always experimenting with different amounts of mousse, and that really affected how well my waves would set. I also think maybe the humidity during some days might have weighed down my hair more and kind of straightened it out. These were really good. Others, like you can see, my hair looks pretty straight. I, again, just think that's really the humidity and also not using enough mousse. I don't think mousse is strong enough for my hair. And then, yeah, some days I would refresh it and it would look awesome. By day 3, it gets a little iffy, and then day 4, it's basically just straight. That last picture there, it was so humid, my hair was just a complete frizzy mess. But I think I'm going to try some new refreshing methods and to, again, use gel next month. So this is what I think about my last month doing the curly curl method. The mousse that I used, it was not strong enough to hold my hair up. I think I just have too much hair, and my hair was too heavy, so I think I need something stronger. I'm going to try using gel, but yeah, otherwise I'm going to try and do everything the same. I'll let you know how that goes. I'll see you next month.